Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we have another WWE DVD review. Today we have the Survivor Series 2022 War Games DVD. So we're going all the way back to November. This was released, I believe, around Christmas of 2022. If not, it was early 2023, if I'm remembering correctly. But man, what a way to end the year. It almost looks like I'm missing a DVD. I don't know what it is, but... Okay, that's why. I was just looking down below and it went... they cut out TLC if I remember correctly, but... Yeah, sorry for going off, but... Man, War Games for the first time in WWE history wasn't the traditional War Games like we all, loved from WCW. Was more a revamped version like NXT had been using for, I believe it was the past 5 years at this point in time. NXT had revitalized the War Games match, and personally, I'm a fan of them. Really enjoyed those matches quite a bit. I know MLW also has a War Games match, and in fact, they actually owned I believe the trademark to the War Games name for quite some time. I'm not sure if they still do, but yeah, that was a little tidbit for you. Now we know AEW has their own blood and guts style cage match. I believe there's only been one of those. In my opinion, War Games was a fantastic pay-per-view. Absolutely fantastic. I really wish they would have only did the one, War Games match. But from beginning to end, this was one hell of an event. I think one of the best, pay-per-views of 2022, definitely. So, pretty cool cover here with, the bloodline. You got the red and the blue, the Raw versus SmackDown. So, hopefully, we see War Games again. WWE is known for doing one-offs and, never really going back to them. But, maybe this is a new era of WWE, a new direction. The Raw versus SmackDown stuff could get really old at times, especially when they do it right after a draft or something like that. The first time of the year, it's Raw versus SmackDown, and then you have Royal Rumble, and you have this, and you have that, and you have Money in the Bank, and you have this, and many other days of the year where it's Raw versus SmackDown, and it doesn't really hold any true meaning. So this was November the 26th, 2022, the TD Garden in Boston, Mass. I was actually expecting a Cena appearance. I don't know why. Attendance was 15,609, which is disputed, or could be disputed. Oof. This was the last pay-per-view of Stephanie McMahon as the co-CEO. As she announced her resignation, and Vince McMahon would subsequently return as the executive chairman shortly following this. So, believe it or not, Vince has been back a lot longer than people believe. Whether you like to admit it or not, Vince just didn't appear shortly after the Endeavor deal. Vince has been around. It's not being reported. It's not in the headlines. It's not this. It's not that. It only fits the journalist's agenda, the dirt sheet agenda. It only fits their style when it needs to, when it's clickbait, when they're having a slow week, when they're having a slow day, when it's a bad Raw, when it's an awful SmackDown. This was also the first pay-per-view live streamed on Disney Plus in the Philippines, so thumbs up to that. Only 5 matches. If you got the Blu-ray of this in the UK, you were treated with about a 45-minute the press conference after this, I believe. According to WrestlingDVDNetwork.com. So, we got about 188-minute runtime, or about 3 hours, 8 minutes. Only 5 matches, like I mentioned. Let's take a closer look at this. Yeah, I really like the logo. I know it's pretty plain and whatnot, but really cool cover. You got Solo, Heyman, Roman, Sammy, and then the Usos. Drawing up the game plans. You got pretty cool home video logo. Kind of a silver with a blue and red outline. And then Ronda and Shotzi on the cover, or on the spine. This one came with a really cool Undertaker sticker. Really, really cool, man. I love these stickers. And disc art is just blue and red. Really, I wish they would change this disc art. So for the first time in WWE history, War Games comes to Survivor Series. And like I mentioned, hopefully this is a ongoing thing. Because War Games is always pretty cool. I always thought the Elimination Chamber would make a good fit for the Survivor Series. Yeah, we got a cool shot of the bloodline there. The women's War Games match, which had Becky, Asuka, Bianca, Mia Yim, and Alexa Bliss versus Damage Control, Rhea Ripley, and Nikki Cross. The bloodline, of course, versus Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Butch, the other fella, Ridge Holland, and Kevin Owens, of course. It's kind of a bad picture because nowhere there does that really look like a Kevin Owens. Yeah, they could have chose better pictures there. We also had a really good triple threat match for the U.S. title. And AJ Styles and Finn Balor putting on a very good match, which went about, 15, I believe almost 20 minutes. Overall, Meltzer really liked the pay-per-view, giving the two War Games matches 4 stars for the women, 4.25 for the men. I think that's a bit low, Uncle Dave. 4.25 for the U.S. title, 3.25 for Styles and Balor. Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi gets 1 star. I gotta say, compared to her original, her original run, which was about a year or so, right? From WrestleMania 34 to WrestleMania 35. Ronda Rousey's, I even forget when she returned. Might have been in the Rumble last year, or 2021. This run has not been good for Ronda Rousey. I feel like she's almost getting exposed at times. She's in the ring with, people that are better than her, or, not even up to her level, which isn't that high to begin with. I mean, the fans really turned on her at some point, and I think we all know why. But overall, I think this was a fairly decent pay per view, despite the women's title match. Definitely very enjoyable. I think that men's War Games match definitely deserved probably 4.5. I'd bump it up to 5 stars personally. Very good match. So let me know your thoughts on this. As always, comment down below. If you were able to pick this up, I know it's been out for a couple of months now, but comment down below and I'll talk to you later. Peace.